Keir Starmer's hypocrisy on climate change, flying 470 delegates to climate summit sparks outrage. Keir Starmer, the leader of the UK Labour Party, has long positioned himself as a staunch advocate for tackling climate change. He has frequently called for ambitious policies to reduce carbon emissions and transition the UK towards a greener future. However, his recent decision to fly 470 delegates to a climate summit has sparked widespread criticism, with many accusing him of blatant hypocrisy, a contradiction in principles. Starmer's rhetoric on climate change has been unwavering. He has criticized the government for inaction, promised robust measures to combat global warming, and highlighted Labour's commitment to achieving net zero emissions. Yet, the decision to charter flights for hundreds of delegates to attend a climate summit has drawn attention to a stark contradiction between his words and actions. Air travel is widely recognized as one of the most carbon-intensive modes of transportation, with emissions per passenger far exceeding those of trains or other ground-based alternatives. Critics argue that Labour's choice to fly such a large group to an event ostensibly focused on environmental sustainability undermines the very principles Starmer claims to champion. Public and political backlash. The backlash has been swift and unrelenting. Environmentalists and political opponents have seized on the incident, accusing Starmer of failing to practice what he preaches. Some have labeled the move as performative politics, putting on a show of concern for climate issues while ignoring practical steps to reduce the party's own carbon footprint. Many have questioned whether it was necessary to fly such a large delegation to the summit at all. Could Labour not have sent a smaller, more focused team to represent their climate agenda? Could they have opted for virtual participation, as has become common practice in the post-pandemic world? These questions highlight elitism and mixed messaging. The controversy has also drawn attention to the broader issue of elitism in politics. Critics argue that leaders and their teams often exempt themselves from the stringent measures they propose for others. Labour's decision to rely on air travel for its delegation sends a mixed message, particularly when Starmer has called for drastic changes in lifestyle and policy to combat climate change. This incident has added fuel to ongoing debates about accountability and transparency in leadership. If leaders like Starmer are unwilling to make environmentally conscious choices within their own party, how can they expect citizens and businesses to embrace the significant lifestyle changes necessary to meet ambitious climate targets? Damage to credibility. The fallout from this incident is not just a matter of bad optics, it threatens to erode trust in Starmer's leadership and Labour's environmental platform. For a party that has staked much of its political identity on progressive climate policies, such a public misstep risks alienating environmentally conscious voters. It also provides ammunition for opponents who argue that Labour's promises are more about political posturing than genuine commitment. Political analysts suggest that this controversy could have lasting repercussions. As the public grows increasingly aware of the urgency of climate action, they are also becoming less tolerant of leaders who fail to align their actions with their stated values. This scandal could prove to be a significant hurdle for Labour, especially as it seeks to present itself as a credible alternative to the current government. Moving forward, in response to the criticism, Labour has yet to issue a detailed explanation or apology for the decision to fly such a large delegation to the summit. Some within the party are reportedly concerned about the impact this controversy could have on Labour's reputation ahead of the next general election. To recover from this misstep, Starmer may need to take concrete steps to rebuild trust. This could include a public acknowledgement of the mistake, a commitment to more sustainable practices within the party, and a renewed focus on implementing credible climate policies. However, the damage has already been done, and regaining public confidence may prove to be an uphill battle. Conclusion: Keir Starmer's decision to fly 470 delegates to a climate summit has exposed a glaring inconsistency between his environmental rhetoric and his actions. While Labour continues to advocate for ambitious climate goals, this incident has raised serious questions about the party's sincerity and its willingness to lead by example. In an era where public trust in political leaders is already fragile, such moments of hypocrisy can have lasting consequences. For Starmer, this serves as a stark reminder that in politics, actions often speak louder than words.